All right. Hi, everybody. How you doing? I am Johann. That is Charleston joining us today from Regina. As you can see by our great background, we have Robyn Carissa. She is our psychic medium joining us today. Now,
Medium.
I know. I said that.
Medium.
Medium.
You're not at McDonald's?
Yeah, it's medium. Yeah.
Can I get a medium?
I always screw that up, and it's one of the things
Yeah.
where it's because I have no idea what the fuck it means or what
Yeah.
what you do.
Good. You can swear. Good.
I am a rookie. I am someone that, please, you got to be able to tell me all about this. But this is something that our executive producer, Kayla, was just so excited and pumped to have you on the show and to be able to talk about all kinds of different things, because I wanted to get into how do you get into this business? How's it going? How you
I
been?
know we done laid out candles and tarot cards and a little
Yeah, you
Ouija
guys are
board.
going.
I know, with a little black cake
guys
just
are
mashed
killing
out right
it.
there. I'm gonna tell you this: the first time I ever touched a Ouija board was when I was about maybe 13, 14. And me and my friend Lewis, we cut off all the lights in the house, then started playing with this Ouija board, not knowing what we were doing. And we're moving whatever that thing is called in the middle. But we moving that thing around and talking, trying to activate whatever spirits we can activate. And I don't know whether he was moving it or I was moving it, but I think we scared the hell out of each other and kind of just packed it up
Or
and walked
neither
away.
of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, neither of you maybe were moving it.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part that I was telling Charles. I was like, how do you know? We don't know. That's why we wanted to bring you on the show, talk to you. First off, how are you doing? Thanks for making the time. How you been during COVID?
No problem. It's been crazy. It's been crazy. A lot of people don't understand like when you associate psychic, you think like gypsies and like crystal balls and
Yeah,
Ouija boards and fortune telling kind of stuff, right?
yep.
But my scope is so much bigger because I deal with a lot of death and dying too, right? So I'm working with families who are having people with loved ones that have COVID and are dying, and we have to plan funerals and stuff like that. So it's a way bigger scope for me, anyways.
Geez, so you've been busy, I guess. I'm assuming with COVID.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you have to
Yeah.
say you've been busy over the last 8 months or so. So
Yeah.
tell us about that. How is that? It can't be a good. I guess, is it a healing process you go through with everybody, and where does someone start with that?
Well, it all depends on the person and what the
Yeah.
situation is, right? So, in the last 8 months, for sure, I've been doing a lot more of the counseling kind of side of things and dealing with addictions and mental health issues and the way bigger scope of COVID. Like, honestly, I've only been involved with a few COVID deaths over 8 months, but more so mental health addictions, overdoses, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Good for you.
Not to put a bummer on the
Yeah,
show, but
just begin
I
like
know,
that.
yeah. I'm just looking like, man,
Yeah.
it's like some high sensitivity training that got to be involved in there because every situation is going to be different. Like when you're approaching people,
Yeah.
it's almost like you're approaching people at a sad moment, or they're always in a
Oh,
bad
yeah.
spot, right? So you're never coming into like a happy situation.
Never.
Yeah.
No, for sure, not since COVID.
Yeah.
But usually people don't come to see a psychic when things are going good, anyways, right?
So how
You
did,
want to know if something better is coming up.
yeah, obviously that's we want to get into the predictions. We want to talk about Mr. Charleston and his future and
Yeah,
all
where
that.
I got to put this money at during Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But I wanted to know, how did you begin in this? How does someone become a psychic? How do you know? What was your calling that Usually when kids are growing up, I'm going to be a baseball player. I'm going to be a football player. I'm going to be a psychic. How did you know
Yeah,
that
no,
this?
that doesn't happen.
How did you know this calling was for you, and how did it begin?
Okay, so I was 3 actually when my parents recognized that I was weird. Is what they always said. They weren't like
Unique,
hippie gypsy.
unique, not
Yeah,
weird.
no, they called me weird. They said this weird thing that Robbie does. Then they'd have people come over to a party and I'd tell them what their cards were. It was so embarrassing. But I was 3, so I was just raised as having this thing that I could do. My parents certainly didn't. They weren't like, "Oh, you're going to be a psychic when you grow up." That didn't happen. So they were like, "You have to go to school. You have to do what everybody does." So I did go, and I've got a university degree in social work. So that's actually how I know all of my educational background of grief and dying and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it was a good mix. It was a good mix. But I've been doing it since I've been 13, like tarot cards and stuff like that. And then as a business, the psychic medium side for about 20 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. And then
Yeah.
and how busy has it been over those years? I mean, are you constantly on the go? Are you, I'm by my trade, I'm a liquor rep. So I want to know about how your day goes. Because when I leave the door and say bye to my wife and kids, say, hey, I'm going to go sell some beer. What do you say? Hey, okay, I'm going to go and talk to the dead. See you later. I'll be back at 5.
Yeah.
What is your day like? What do you do?
Well,
How does that go on?
my day doesn't stop. My
Really?
day never ends. No, my phone is on. So I'm up like every hour checking messages to make sure that I don't have immediate crisis at the moment. The only thing I'm bad with, Charleston, is email. That's why I didn't get yours.
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Yeah, that's the only thing. So but my kids all know. Like they've been raised with Robyn Carissa, right? So
Yeah.
they've always seen me on TV. They know the minute my eyes are open and I'm grabbing a coffee and I'm on my phone. So I just do my thing
Huh.
That's
And-
pretty awesome.
And so do you?
7 days a week.
Wow. Okay, 7 days a week and
Yeah.
365, going.
Right.
Jeez,
Yeah.
that's an interesting schedule. So
I'm about to say, when do you cut it off? When do you got some me time?
I don't.
You don't got no me time. You
No,
gotta
I
have
don't.
some me time. You got all them tattoos.
when you're on
so-
vacation or when you're doing something,
But you know what? Half of these tattoos were done for me on TV. So
Oh.
I was actually working while having all of my tattoos done.
Huh.
Yeah.
So okay, so let me get this. So you're on vacation. Say you're in Mexico. You're on the beach.
Yeah.
Are you still working?
Yeah.
You're like, hey, there's a spirit. Hey, there's this. How does that happen?
The furthest I've ever been able to go is Vegas.
Okay.
And I attempt to turn my phone off, but then I can't. So yeah, no, it doesn't work.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, and so, you're on 365. You're working 7 days a week. Is it how draining is that for you? How physically? Isn't there a time when you're like sick or you can't or you want it to, shut off or?
Well, most of the time I'm working from home, right? So if I'm sick or I'm hurt or something, I can do it from bed.
Okay.
That's what she said.
Boom.
Yeah. But I can. I can work from wherever I am,
Yeah.
obviously, right? Like I'm literally taking, well, I guess there's some me time. I'm getting my hair done today.
All right.
So that'll be some me time, but I'll be on my phone.
Really? Okay.
That's crazy. Yeah. Well, it pays the cost to be the boss when you're busy like that. So I guess it works
Well,
out. At the end.
except that I don't get paid for all of that, right? Like I don't, every single person that I talk to, I don't get paid to deal with. Like if somebody phones me in a crisis, I'm not like, where's my e-transfer, bitch? Right? Like I can't do that. You can't do that.
So then,
But for sure, no, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, how would we start with you in trying to be able to do some services? Because I know that, okay, so how would it typically a client come to you? And I know that Charleston's got a question about one of his friends, or say I had a question about one of my friends who passed away when I was in university. How does that normally come? Do they contact you through your social media, and then you start to have communications that way, and then you start to be able to help them in those regards, or how does that work?
Well, it all depends. Like some people go to my website. Some people will just Google Robyn Carissa because
Yeah.
I've been around for so long that people just kind of know, right?
Yeah.
Or they'll know somebody that has my phone number to phone me or text me or whatever is going. I don't answer my phone, but if they text me, I will talk to them.
Nice.
So it all depends. Like people have heard of this person or that person or whatever. I don't approach people ever. I'm not one of those kind of psychics that will stop you at chapters and be like, hey, Johann, I see your dead friend.
Yeah.
I'm not like that.
Well, that's good to know. Then,
Yeah. Yeah. Because if somebody did that to me, I'd knock them out for sure.
Yeah, you freak the fuck out too. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'd be like, bitch, back up.
Yeah, I can't knock nobody out, but I will get pissed off.
Yeah. No, I would knock them out.
Charleston's had some pretty crazy experiences. Charleston, what about what about your experiences that you get a lot of people that approach you?
It's tough. It's tough, man. Especially in Rider Nation, man, because the fans are over the top as far as how good they support their team, to the fullest. And I most recently had a guy walk up to me, practically take a French fry off my plate and try to dip it in my ketchup. Like, yeah.
Get out.
And I damn near lost it. Like in the middle of the restaurant, looking like, man, what the fuck is your problem? Like, what gives you the audacity to think that's okay? And then I just took my jacket off and said, do it again, and I'm probably gonna slap you.
Oh, you're way nicer than me, Charleston. I would have just slapped them. But see, people expect that of me because I don't have to have, like, I'm not a Rider Nation. If you're a fan of Robyn Carissa, then I'm gonna knock you out if you piss me off. And that's just part of it. So I feel for you, Charleston. I do. I feel you.
Yeah, it happens. But so you've been noticing this since the age of 3. So I know Johann kind of talked about the process. So how does the process start for, just your clients?
What do you mean? How did they get a hold of me?
I know how they get it. I know how you said they get a hold of you through your website and everything. And then how does the initial process go? Like when you meet with people, when you're going in, like, is there a preparation stage that, people have to be ready for or prepare themselves for, right? Because I mean, it's blindly knowing what you're walking into or what I would expect coming into it, right?
Right. So with me, for sure, people would know that I'm not going to sugarcoat any kind of shit.
Yeah, you don't seem like that.
No. So, like, if there's people that want to, like, find out, to get their, like, ego boosted that, their husband's not cheating on them, the psychic said she's not cheating, I'm going to tell them that the husband is cheating if he's cheating, right? Like, I'm just going to know that. So people need to be prepared for the straight truth. Are you guys all of a sudden really uncomfortable sitting there? Or what's going on?
I was like, you seem like someone that's just going to be able to tell it as it is, right? And people,
straight shooter.
Yeah. And I think people don't want to hear that though, right? Or would people?
No.
So it's one of those things where it's like, do they feel uncomfortable hearing that, or are they relieved by that, right?
They know that. They know coming into seeing me that this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So if they want to take that risk and they're trying to, like, beat the psychic or something, then they're
that's awesome.
Not too smart. Yeah. But as in terms of, like, mediumship, they also are told that this is, like, I'm just going to tell you what they say. It isn't like you guys see on TV. Like, I've done enough TV to know how everything's edited, right? So these people don't come out of the sky and are like, oh, hi, tell Charleston this and that and that and that and that. Tell Johann that he needs to tie his shoes, blah, blah, blah. They can do that, but it's more of a process. Like, there's puzzle pieces I have to put together. It's not like all of a sudden there's a dead person in front of me and I'm...
Okay. Yeah. So it doesn't just snap on like that and you're going to say this, do that. It's like, we'll give you, you'll get all this information together, then you'll gather that, and then figure things out
Right.
that way in
But
regards to
only at the time of the call, only at the time of the meeting. I don't do anything beforehand. I
okay.
guess that's my way. Like when you guys were talking about when does it shut off, like I have a switch, right? So
Okay.
I'm not always just Robyn Carissa. I'm Robyn sometimes where I'm not psychic. I'm just normal.
Yeah. So okay, so with that, then if I was to come to you and I was to say to you about my friend who died in my home country in Guatemala, when I was in university, he was nobody really knows about how he died. His mom and dad didn't, and we didn't do that. How would you be able to? How would I come to you and say that, or how would I approach that? Just come to you and say, hey, I want to know about my friend. Is he? Could you tell me how he died, or is he in the room?
Yeah.
Or how? How would that go?
You don't have to even come in saying, I'm looking to speak with this person or that person. I would be able to say, hey, like I see this younger guy with you and he died suddenly.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you? And
Yeah.
then you'd be like, yeah, it does. And then we talk to him.
And okay, wow. Because and is that what you're seeing from me, or no?
Yeah.
Really? And that's
Yeah.
I'm getting the
He's not, he's kind of, you'll see, and goosebumps are a sign that they're standing with you. So you know that you're having paranormal activity when you're having changes in temperature, goosebumps, that kind of stuff. He's kind of short though. Like he's not overly tall.
he was
And he's standing on the side of you,
he
the
was
left side.
he was a big fan of one of the two football teams that was playing in the Super Bowl, and he died. We're not sure how he died, and to do that, they just found his body, unfortunately, when he was in Guatemala, and it was kind of weird because I was born in Guatemala, and it was a lot of problems with his parents to try and find out how he was killed because they wanted closure, right? We didn't know if
Yeah.
he went scuba diving in the morning and then mountain climbing, if that was it or what, or but we're always, I mean, it's always been something that we played rugby together.
He
And
had head trauma,
head trauma.
but it was a random kind of thing. And I feel like it happened before he actually died. So it's like he had an aneurysm, just random.
Wow.
But it was like a pre-existing kind of condition where, like, how you just accidentally hit your head sometimes and you don't even think about it?
Yeah.
That's what happened with him. That's what happened with him. And it was fast. Like he died quick.
Well, that's good.
He was here and gone.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was a surprise to us because he was one of the best shape. Like he was out of all of us, even though
Yeah.
he was a prop, but he was always in good shape. He did the most push-ups, sit-ups, and was fairly athletic in that regard. And it was always been tough to be able to meet with his parents and because they never knew, right? And being the fact that they're in Canada and he was there, so I appreciate that. That's very
Yeah, and
enlightening.
something about tying your shoes too. I said that earlier. I know I was pretending not to be on, but he said something about tying your shoes.
Tying my shoes. I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
But I know that he was always
lace them up.
lace them up. Could be the rugby term and be able to do that. So that's something.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, I'm still getting the goosebumps.
You're going to scare the hell out of Johann.
Yeah, he's on your left side. Don't be scared.
He was
You guys would be surprised what comes to you at night and you don't even know it.
Well, man.
well, hopefully he's enjoying the afterworld because he was missed.
Oh, he's good.
Yeah, he was missed here, and he's always been a good buddy. So for him,
Yeah, he's with an older male. He's got like a grandfather or something with him.
okay. Well, I'll tell him go Chiefs go. I'm sure that he'll be
Yeah.
he'll be cheering for them. So and then Charleston had a story about his buddy that died.
Oh, yeah. My best friend in college ended up committing suicide in school, university. It was like my freshman year of college, really. It was his very first year. So, yeah, that was a crazy instant that happened with him. I was supposed to go see him like going through college, and I had football and all kind of like prior obligations and stuff, and I was supposed to go see him because I knew he was going through a stressful time at the time, and I never had a opportunity to even make it out there to see him because he had already, you know,
Yeah.
took his own life at that point in time. So yeah, it's crazy.
You know if he was using drugs?
I don't know. I would think not. I think he wasn't,
Okay,
but
'cause
yeah, I'm pretty sure he
he
wasn't.
was like, I feel like he had a psychotic break. And he said he was under the influence of something. And he literally like had a psychotic break. He was low, but something like triggered him, and he just had to go.
Right. Yeah. See,
But
and
I'm
yeah,
feeling dizzy, like he's like paranoid almost. He was
yeah.
paranoid.
And that's the crazy part because he was that kind of guy where he was like more of a high-strung kind of dude. Like always
Yeah.
was worried about, you know, what's next, and like really pressured at times.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's what did it in the end is kind of he just lost it all.
Yeah.
And yeah.
He said that he was hearing stuff, that he could hear things talking to him, and he was paranoid.
Yeah, that's nuts. Yeah.
Are you getting goosebumps? I mean, Charleston wanted to play with the Ouija board before. I was like, no way, I'm not touching that thing. I mean,
No.
jeez.
I'm fine with it, but
Is it actually a legit Ouija board?
oh yeah.
I can't tell from the picture. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's Kayla's. It's legit. Why, should we be doing something with it, or?
No. So some psychics will tell you that they're totally fine and not to worry about it, but I've got enough of those babies stored in cages like these behind me that have possessed people. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't play with it.
Okay,
Don't.
well, we won't do that.
I mean, as long as you don't take it seriously, maybe, but you have to be really careful.
Okay,
Yeah, I've already played with it once in my
Yeah.
lifetime, so
I'm gonna pass on that. So
yeah, that's why
Yeah.
I said maybe because I played with this Ouija board a long time ago when I was a teenager, and maybe that's the reason why I attract the strangest people all the time. Like, and I mean, like, I get like the same way with the French fry guy who stuck his fucking hand in my
Yeah.
plate. Like, I attract that kind of vibe from people all the time.
Yeah.
And can you tell me
Wow.
why in the hell do I always attract weirdos and crazy situations all the time?
Well, it's probably based off your energy. It has nothing to do with the Ouija board. But you probably would need to look back at like past life stuff to see what your karmic reason is for this lifetime and kind of what you're missing.
wow.
At a soul level, you might just kind of like that drama and like the crazy kind of shit.
He likes the drama. He likes it. You nailed it right there,
Yeah.
Robyn. But
Yeah, so even when you're like, I don't like drama, there's that piece of you that kind of gets that thrill from, bitch, back up. Like, you know what I mean?
Maybe I just like chaos.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe it's just always coming for you, man.
It's
just always-
boring.
Just,
It's
yeah,
boring if there's no chaos.
just change my name to Carnage.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna take a commercial break. Then we'll be back to answer lots of
Yeah, because
more
I think I want to
questions.
get a card reading. Are you able to do a card reading?
I don't have my cards with me.
What if I got them in front of me? Can I?
I don't use cards, but you can do them and I can tell you what they mean.
Oh, I like that. I like that. And we're going to get into maybe some predictions, sports predictions, and a few other details with Robyn. All right. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Rob Peterson. I'm the broker owner of Realty One in Regina. Real estate and life is about great people, and that's why I'm associated with Charleston Hughes and Johann Lozinski and IKS to sponsor the Better with Age podcast. Realty One was founded in Regina 11 years ago. It's an independent brokerage, it's local, and it's full of great people helping great local Regina people buy and sell properties. It's entrepreneurial based, which means You have non-narcissistic agents that have your best interest in mind, not their own. In these coronavirus times, real estate market right now in Regina and Saskatchewan is thriving because people are thinking more local. They're not thinking about traveling because we can't, and that's driving our market. When you hire a realtor, no matter who it is, no matter what company, please interview them. Please make sure they're a good personal fit for you, because that's what this is all about. It's good people connecting themselves with someone that they know has their best interest in mind. And that's what the Realty One family does, and that's what a lot of agents in Regina do. But make sure you take your time and find the best fit for you and your family.
All right, and we're back with Robyn Carissa. Robyn, thanks for joining us again. We have Charleston's been in meditation. He's getting deep into deep thought about. He's going to be asking you to do a reading with some cards, and he's currently.
Well, he's doing his own reading.
Yeah, he's doing.
But I'll tell him what
Sorry,
it
I
is.
okay.
almost fell asleep.
Yeah.
We need to be able to talk about Charleston's future. Maybe are you going to talk about that, Charleston?
Yeah,
What are
let's
you
talk
going to?
about my future first, because I am a pending free agent. So
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know what that means,
that,
but all right.
that
Like
means
single, or does this have to do with career? What are we talking
this have to
about?
do with career. So that just means I'm on the
Oh.
market. I'm in negotiation with other teams
Okay.
outside of Saskatchewan right now.
Where is he going to
Wow.
play? Is he going to win another Grey Cup?
Yeah.
I want to know
yeah.
things like that.
So I can either end up in the West, I can end up in the East, I can end up on a different team, I can be with the team that's in your background right now, shining bright, but nobody knows.
And so okay, so what would Robyn, what would Charleston have to do first now with these cards?
Okay, so you're going to want to think about your question. Think about what you're wanting to know.
I'm thinking
And
about it. I'm
shuffle.
thinking about it right now, and then I shuffle.
Okay, shuffle while you're
Do I
thinking
say it
about
out? Do I say it out loud so everybody knows?
No, no,
Nope.
no. No, it's between you and me, bud.
Okay. I'm good. I got
All
it.
right, now, okay, we need to move that Ouija board, though.
Move it?
Let's just do 3. Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, okay, so we need to
I
put...
don't know if I want to touch this thing.
Yeah.
All right.
We have to say
Right there.
Okay,
goodbye
so
to the spirits
we'll just
too that we're here.
a basic 3-card spread.
Yeah.
So let's just flip 3 cards. First card,
Randomly or right off the top.
wherever you're feeling it, buddy. Okay. Now do another one beside that one. I can't see it.
Okay. Yep. I'll show you in a
That
second.
candle's in the way.
And I'm gonna take the last. I'm gonna take the last one, just cause. Can you see those?
Oh, it's all about money. Look at all the money.
Oh, it's all about the money, really.
Oh, so I got a lot of money in front of me right now. I
Well, don't hold your breath. Hold on.
see the Knight of Pentacles.
Yeah. And that's the Knight of Pentacles, and the last one I can't see.
This one or that one?
No, the other one. No, the other one.
The middle one?
The other one. That one. That's the only one I can't see.
Can you see it now?
How many pentacles? How many pentacles are on there?
How many pentacles?
Just count the circles. Yeah, just count the circles and tell me how many circles are on there.
5 circles.
Okay. So, okay, put that back down. So we're going to do past, present, future. So right now, in the past, you've been often wondering what your worth was and kind of looking at your past as to, should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? And looking way too much of your past. Your current situation is the Knight of Pentacles. So that represents that you're feeling maybe older than you are and you don't know. kind of what your worth is and whether or not you should be pushing things or asking for more. And it's more of like a mental dilemma for you. And I really want you to watch your self-esteem with this and quit looking back. The Five of Pentacles usually kind of represents that everything's up in the air, which is kind of common, and that you may not get to where you want to go or where you'd rather be, but you are still worth that money and should be asking that. So don't second guess it.
Wow. That what
Felt like she was in the car with us about an hour ago.
Really?
Oh God. That was the whole conversation that Charleston was on the phone with and doing that. I'm in shock.
See, and I don't like using cards. I only use those for like short things. I was more intuitively reading you, Charleston, but that is kind of what those cards mean.
I'm sitting there looking at the cards right now, like I'm getting hot right now. And, I can feel a heat wave on the back of my neck, sweating.
So, see, and you did that all by yourself. I didn't give you the reading. I just told you what it meant. So you did your own reading. You just did your own psychic thing. Everybody's psychic.
So that's another thing.
I'm not like...
Yeah, I read that on your website, Robyn, is that
Yeah.
you help people with that, right? Because you said that everybody is born into this, correct?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, and so you just...
So it's kind of like you, Charleston. Like you don't, like I'm one of the most expensive psychics that you will come and talk to. And I do that for a reason because I've done this for 20 years.
Yep.
And I've invested a lot of my life into this and I know what I'm doing. Same as you.
Right.
Okay. So it doesn't matter that there's new up and coming people. I don't give a shit about that. I'm still worth this investment. So seeing me is an investment. And that's how you have to kind of look at things.
Man, this is crazy how this is so parallel and that we're meant to be able to talk about this at the same time.
I know.
When Charleston is discussing free agency as we speak, and that is a topic that's probably going through your head, Charles. I don't know.
I'm still looking at the damn cards like, man, where the hell she see all that shit?
You must have pulled another three.
You did it.
Yeah.
I'm just down there ready to just do all this to the cards and just pull three more.
Keep on going. Keep on going.
Yeah,
I didn't do it.
No,
You did it, Charles.
That was awesome.
So that was your reading. So your guides pulled those cards for you. I just told you what it meant.
Wow. So,
and that's what anybody can do, especially cards.
Yeah.
Anybody can do cards.
And that helps people put things into perspective about how they should, approach situations then, or how they should deal with certain situations. Is that my interpretation of this?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like you, Charleston, when it comes to cards. If I don't like what I see, I'm just shuffling that shit and doing it myself again. I'm like, they're just stupid cards. What does that mean?
Yeah. That's awesome.
So there's a difference between being like a card reader and being a psychic medium that actually talks to dead people and looks at, if I was to do that reading for Charleston, I wouldn't be using cards. Okay. I would just be sitting across from you doing a reading.
Yeah, just catching the vibe.
The same people that flip those cards for you are going to talk to me and tell me what to tell you.
Nice.
So can you, by looking at Charleston, can you see anything else about his future or about, championships, football, East Coast, West
he'll get
Coast?
Another championship.
Pardon me?
He's not going east. I'm not seeing east right now, but everything's kind of so up in the air. I didn't even know that this was like a decision for you, honestly, because I don't follow football. I didn't even know you guys traded. I thought if you were a rider, you just stayed a rider.
Rider for life.
I know hockey. But I keep seeing Calgary too. Have you ever played for Calgary?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, 10 years.
No. Yeah, there's something about out west.
Wow. The Rider fans are going to be very intrigued by this about where out west.
Oh, I'm not saying that you're not staying here.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe.
just saying there's going to be competition from out west where you're going to have to be making some decisions. There could be something from like Hamilton too. Does Hamilton have a football team? Oh, I didn't even know that Hamilton had a football team.
Very, very interesting. So this is going to make for a lot of good talk on.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying don't settle for shit. And don't, like, I don't know how old you are and I don't know how football works, but don't think because you played a certain amount of years that maybe your time is up or something, because you're not.
Know your worth.
You got lots
Yeah.
of time.
Yeah, he's got lots of years left, right? I see that too. I think
Yeah.
everybody knows
Except
that.
your left knee. Or your right knee. I shouldn't say that on TV.
Yeah,
In the middle of contract. Oh, he's got a bum leg.
Yeah.
No, don't. Just keep an eye on that knee.
Okay. I definitely
Yeah,
will.
yeah.
that's
I
good to
definitely
know.
will.
That's
Yeah.
good to know. Well,
Right knee.
let's
That one.
the one he's rubbing right there. All right.
Yeah, but it's not like there's no big damage. It isn't going to stop you from playing. I'm just saying, don't fuck around if it starts hurting. Don't tell anybody
I'm
other.
going to the gym right after this. All knee,
Nah,
all,
straight
all right leg extensions.
Yeah.
Speaking of football, then let's talk about. Can you do people come to you and talk to you about predictions? So if we were going to ask you about,
Oh yeah.
okay, Super Bowl or Grey Cup this coming year with the CFL being back in COVID. Let's go to the Super Bowl. Charleston, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl?
I threw $100
Who's
down
playing?
on Tampa Bay. It's
There's
Tampa Bay
Who's playing?
Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm gonna go with Tampa.
I like that. Charleston.
Yeah, I'm
put some
gonna.
money.
I feel like Tampa is like a running theme for last year and this year because didn't they win the Stanley Cup, dude?
Yeah.
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 So Tampa's gonna.
And they went to the World
See,
Series.
now when it comes to predictions, like people ask all the time, how come you're not a millionaire? Why haven't you given somebody the lottery numbers? Because that's not what psychic work is, right? We can't use it for that kind of, like, I'm not meant to be winning the 649.
Yeah.
So if you're not meant to be winning the 649, I don't have your numbers.
Yeah.
Same thing as like if you came to me and like privately, I'd probably tell you, but which team to pick. But if you're not meant to win it, you're not meant to win it.
Yeah. Okay. Now, and do you have any? Can you say anything in regards to the CFL season next year, and how that's going to play out, or is there a team that pops up that you see, or that's going to be a little bit a little more victorious than the other ones for next year's CFL season? What do you see with that?
It's going to be another team from West that wins the Grey Cup. It's called Grey Cup, right?
Yeah.
Just no Stanley. I don't know why I keep seeing Calgary. But the Riders, I'm not necessarily feeling like they're going to take it this year, but will within the next two.
Interesting. Okay. Good to know. I know the Rider fans are going to be out there going, yeah, fucking right. They're going to be doing that.
Yeah.
You're going to get a lot of maybe repeat or new customers coming to you saying, tell me more,
Yeah.
Robyn, doing that.
Yeah.
Make sure she on the sideline. Come stand on the sideline with me.
Yeah.
Do you, one of my last questions I wanted to be able to ask you is, do you ever then, on your free time, do you ever just talk to the dead, to the spirits? Do you ever just say, hey, I want to have a conversation? No?
God. No.
No, nothing like that?
No, zero. I have no interest. So people will like message me and say, oh, we're in this really haunted house. You should come check it out. No, thanks.
Yeah, you got other things to do.
Like, I am up to here with the dead. I don't need that shit. I'm good.
What
I
about
just want to chill. Let's go for a car ride. I don't know.
yeah?
But
What about if I came to you and say, "Hey, I want to talk about I want to talk to you about a celebrity dead people person." Would I be able to do that? Or it has to be people that you know?
well, I'm really ethical when it comes to that kind of stuff. I mean, I've connected a couple times with Kurt Cobain just to kind of see if he was murdered or suicide, but
Yeah.
that's cheating, what I call it on my end. So no, I wouldn't, unless you're like somebody's kid or
Okay.
spouse.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Kurt Cobain. It was in Detroit, right?
Seattle.
Oh,
Seattle. Yeah. Where he at? Yeah. That
because
is.
he committed suicide or something like that, I think.
Well, that's what they said.
Yeah,
that
but
he
they.
was-
After his
Yeah.
his first performance, after his last performance.
I think so. He was at home, or I'm not sure.
I think he did it in Detroit,
Yeah.
in
He
Michigan,
was
in
at home.
Detroit after a concert.
I don't know.
It was at his house.
Yeah, in Seattle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. So, well, this has been amazing. I'm thoroughly, I'm definitely a believer of your work, and it's been. Thanks for the insight. It's been awesome to be able to learn about
Thanks
something
for having me.
that it's. I think that a lot of people are very, maybe not tentative, but it's something where I think people don't want to go down this road, right? Unless you're executive
Well,
producer.
it's kind of freaky.
Yeah, Kayla
Yeah.
loves it. She's like, yeah, let's get her on. Let's get some more people on. Let's do the show again. Yeah, let's do that. But
Yeah, I was excited too. I'm just like, hey, let's do it. Let's get out there. And then when it started happening, and you're
Yeah.
like, now
Yeah.
I'm a little tentative. I'm gonna pull back a little bit.
it is something. But how can people find you, Robyn? And what's the best way that people can reach out to you to be able to talk to you or acquire your services?
The best way is to like Google or email, but really the best way is Facebook, Robyn Carissa, and Instagram, Robyn_Carissa. I started TikTok a couple weeks ago and it's going crazy. I think that's
So
still
you're a
Robyn
TikToker,
Carissa
huh?
too. Yeah. Yeah. It's new world for me.
It's I don't know what TikTok is. My kids are on it, and I have no clue or what to do. Maybe it's the way to
Oh
go.
God. Once you start, you get down the TikTok web and you're like, oh my God, there's so many funny shit on there. There's funny people.
Well, maybe that's something we got to explore. So, Robyn, it's been a blast. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
We always will let Charleston kind of finish off with his wise words. So I'll let Charleston take it away.
Yeah, no, this was awesome having
Oh,
you
and we
on
have to
here.
say, sorry to interrupt. Do we have to say goodbye to the spirits too? I was told that we have to say goodbye to them right
No.
now. No? Okay.
Yeah,
No, we didn't
I can't
use the
just
Ouija board.
just
Yeah, okay.
watch
So
the
that was
cards.
Yeah.
okay. That was Ouija board.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
All right, Charleston.
I should have made you flip over 3 2 while we're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gonna make me flip them over and expose myself. Hey, you didn't flip none over.
I'll flip them over.
There they go right there.
Robyn, do you have time for that? A quick flip?
Yeah, go.
Really? All right.
Like when,
Yeah.
like when Canadian
Okay, but
people
put-
start talking
put
like that.
Charleston's
Oh yeah,
three back in.
give her.
Yep. Give her.
Saskatchewan talk.
Just
Give her
her.
bud.
Get her done.
Yeah.
I don't
Get her
even
done.
want. I don't even want to touch the Ouija board. I don't know.
Flip them. Oh, you gonna shuffle them back in? Okay.
Yeah, I have to be able to flip them.
Yeah, you gotta shuffle them back in. So think about what you want to know
And
while
look,
you're shuffling.
and look at this. So you spoke this up. Look at this
Okay.
phone call right here. I'm getting. You just spoke that up.
What happened?
I'm getting a phone call from somebody.
From Detroit?
No. See?
Or football-wise, you're getting a phone
It's
call
a
from
football call.
somebody out west.
As soon as you touch the cars, too. See, I told you, weird stuff always follows
Okay, so
me.
I want to. Okay,
Okay.
I got.
Think about what you want to know and then flip the 3.
Okay. I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'm gonna go one from the middle. I'll go 1, Another one. I'm going to go this one. Okay. So the first one I did was, can you see that one?
Knight of Cups.
Yep.
Knight of Cups, right?
Yep. So that was the
And
first
what's
one.
the middle one?
The middle one is Queen of Pentacles.
Ooh.
Oh, I like that. Is that a good one? And then the last one I did, I don't know what this is.
Looking like a sharecropper.
What's the symbol? Oh, it's a sword.
Those are
Or
like
sorry, the wands. Let me see
staffs.
the wands. How many wands?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. So the Knight of Pentacles or the Knight of Cups represents money again, but this is in your past. So you may too be struggling with feeling young and kind of in your place at one point. Now you're kind of getting older, and where do I go from here? What do I want to do? Really kind of questioning where you're going to go in life. The Queen of Pentacles is going to be a woman that is involved with you right now or coming up really soon. More like either a partnership, friendship, or marriage, relationship kind of thing. There will be conflict with this regarding your career with this woman. So you're going to feel like you're being pulled in so many different directions and you don't know which way to go. And your heart wants to do this, but this queen is kind of telling you to do this, and you're having that kind of vibe where you don't know where to go, but you will figure that out.
Huh. And then the 7 or the last card?
That was the wands. That's where the conflict is going to
okay.
come in.
Okay, and that's the conflict.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you will be successful. There's just going to be some conflict with it.
Wow. Oh, okay. I think that's a lot to be able to take in for.
That's a lot.
That's interesting. That's
Charleston's just sitting there. He's like, "Bitches, I'm going to cash in on all this." And poor Johann has to fight.
I got
Get
the
what he
conflict.
wants.
Hey,
the
sometimes
story
you
of my
gotta
life.
get it out the mud. That's the good way to
That's
get
right.
it.
The story of my life. But all right, wow. Well, thank you very much, Robyn. Like I said, we're
You're very welcome.
let Charleston finish off the show with his famous words.
No, that was awesome. That was a great experience. Even for our viewership that watches this show, I'm gonna tell everybody to make sure you reach out to Robyn. Do whatever you can to reach out to her. I know you got your show on Access, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, so we forgot to even talk about that. You got your show on Access, so make sure you watch her show. As what days do you play? What days does it air?
It'll be Sundays at 8:30. Sundays at 8:30.
Sundays at 8:30. So I'll be watching. But yeah, this is the Better
All
with
right.
Age webcast. Thanks for coming on the show. It's been an awesome experience, having you on here, seeing these cars go by. Now you got me kind of thinking super hard about making my next move, my best move, or remaining in my current situation right now. So it'll be quite some thoughts going on. I'm kind of struck for words right now just because you kind of messed me up a little bit, and then I got a phone call at the same time, which kind of like sparked it a little bit more. So, you know what? I trust in your.
I'll talk to you later,
I trust in your
Charleston.
ability.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah. I'll talk to you in 5, bud.
Yeah, I'll see you in about an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, but thanks for coming on the show. I will end it like this, saying that this is the Better with Age webcast. The reason we call it the Better with Age webcast because there's many things that get better with age. There's wine, there's whiskey, there's your skills, there's cheese, all these great things that get better with age. But the most important of them all is friendships. Now that I've extended out and had you on the show, you've become one of the great friends of the Better with Age members, Johann and myself, and we can't wait to do this again sometime.
Me too.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Robyn. All the best. We'll talk to you soon.
You bet.